Good morning, happy Mother's Day on this fine Sunday. Hey, I got a story for you. The story's about a woman who was a mother. So she grew up just like any other woman, young and footloose and fancy free. Back in, she was born in the 50s and raised in the 60s. Back then, smoking was a thing. So she was smoking at an early age, and she smoked most of her life. As she grew up. Fast forward, she gets married and has 3 kids and life as well. Going on in life, and then she hit about 45 years of age, and then had some health issues. Wasn't feeling very well, went and saw the doctor. Doctor says, "Ma'am, you got bladder cancer." Bladder cancer, okay. Well, we'll take that head on, but as you know, or maybe you don't know, but bladder cancer is a major, I don't know, side effect, but smoking is a major contributor to bladder cancers and most cancers, or some cancers anyway. And it's a proven fact. So I see back then, we didn't know as much about smoking as we do now, but I still see lots of young kids smoking. Even with all the warnings, and even with all the stuff we know, they still smoke. But this isn't that. This is just a story about this woman. So, she took it head on and, had operations and let the doctors try all sorts of different stuff on her to try and cure her of her cancer by taking out her bladder and doing all sorts of stuff inside to improve her quality of life. She ended up having a bag, a colostomy bag and a pee bag. Very proud woman, so this was of course devastating for her, but she's going forward. Chemo, she did chemo, never lost her hair. Amazing stuff. Most people lose their hair. This particular person never lost her hair. So, as we're going along in her cancer journey, or as she was going along in her cancer journey, she fell. I think severely. I think it was a broken leg, and they found out the cancer moved to her bones. So of course, it's good days and bad days. Anybody that knows anybody that had cancer, they've had good days and they've had bad days. This one particular weekend, she was having a great weekend, and she had friends and family over and was drinking a bunch of wine, and this particular person was very happy-go-lucky. She's the type of person that had friends for life. Them people. And she had a laugh that would make people stop and stare because she just filled the room. So she had friends and family over, and they were she was having a great weekend. And just out of nowhere, she happened to say, "I'm fucking dying and I don't even have any grandkids." Just out of the blue. And her oldest son, he was about 9 years older than the youngest son, so she had a son, a daughter, and a son. The oldest son, he was married. He'd been married for about, I'd say about 7 months. So he and his new bride, on their way home, they looked at each other and said, "Well, we got to give her some grandkids." She always said to these guys that if you're ever going to have a family, there's never a right time. There'll never be a right time. You'll never have enough money. You'll never save enough money. There'll never be a right time. Just got to do it. So these two, they went ahead, and it wasn't the right time, but they went ahead. There's never a right time. You just do it. So they went ahead, tried and tried and tried and tried. And it took about 6 months, but they got pregnant. And during this time, this woman, her cancer battle was carrying on. And as her oldest son and daughter-in-law were pregnant, the cancer moved to her liver. Now, anybody that knows cancer and anybody that has dealt with it, once it hits your liver, you know, that's pretty much make you comfortable, because the liver, of course, is such an important part of our bodies, and cancer just destroys it. So, you know, you're basically counting her days. So she's fighting and doing everything she can. You know, come December, her grandson is born. She has a grandson. She gets to she met her grandson end of December, got to hold him once, and then she died 2 weeks later. There's one last picture of her holding her grandson. That was my mom. So any of you people out there that are still smoking, when you know how bad it is, any of you young people that are smoking, and you know how bad it is, if you don't give a flying who know what about yourself, that's fine. There's lots of people out there that love you, though. There's lots of people that would be devastated if you weren't around. So if you don't give a flying fuck about yourself, that's okay. Think about the people around you and what you would do to them if you weren't around. Stop smoking. Stop smoking. Peace to all the mums out there. Love y'all. Bye for now.